Thank you so much, Bino sir. Please remind me before 5 minutes so that I can conclude my presentation on time. So let me share. Sir, is this visible? Can you?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, it's visible. Please go ahead.
Okay. Ways of teachers, educators, continuous professional development. Myself, Parbati Dhungana. This is my email address, and this is an abstract. An overlooked research area in Nepal, university-school collaboration for university and school teachers' continuous professional development. Aim of this study, to explore ways for university and school teachers, CPD, through our university school collaborative project, continuing and professional education program, CPEP. Theoretical perspective, emancipatory. Auto-ethnographic as an inquiry. Research design, action research, methods, FGDs and workshops. Exploration, 4 ways of continuous professional learning or development. Performance modality, my teacher educator's story. It's like a recitation of poetry. For sharing this auto-ethnographic study, for instance, I will narrate the study like narrative poetry. Stretching the conventional envelope of the research language, I created poetic language. Poetry does not necessarily mean poems, also figurative language, including pauses, punctuation, capitalization, space, and so on. It's not for the deconstruction of the conventional practices, but for giving space for the interplay of sight, feelings, thinking. Between the words, clauses, sentences, pauses. I request to engage your ears and eyes. This is not only for the readers. It includes your insights. Let's share. Yes, I could not avoid the whole structure, background, introduction, and many more. Desk rejection. It was my only fear. Moreover, it's a working paper, so you may find the droplets of factual thoughts and feelings of a teacher and a teacher educator scattered here and there. You may find whole in it, incoherent, but I see a complete, coherent whole in it. The conventional parts, background, introduction, may distract you. But this is what and where practitioner researchers halt. Like the way Wordsworth might have halted the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings without poetic expressions. Background. Although there seems freedom in consultancy, a teacher-educator sees the common good in the university vacancy. Finds a job as a program coordinator with confidence in breezing university and school with pedagogy of critical care. The working context was full of delight, finding university context full of light. Focus was to face the field of flight. It was filled with hope, finding university and schools enough of non-human resource. Although not free from surprise, having needs and strength varies, educators, experts limited roster size. But I had 4 C's as a foundation: cooperation and collaboration, co-learning and continuation. Introduction. One fine morning, she wakes up with a feeling nobody is understanding. Gets up watching a video on her Facebook wall a progressive teacher-educator's call to work with teachers and all. Refreshes herself, recalling her university class. You are not teaching properly in your class. How it would be like a proper class. Prepares me, recalling her principal's meeting. Happiness, our institutional success. Results, our academic excellence. Finishes her meal thinking about better planning, pedagogy of critical care. Does a teacher educator dare? Problem. My research issues, connectivity programs, not focusing much on teachers' dilemmas, preparing students for traditional ways of assessment through progressive pedagogical practices. Purpose. To explore ways of university and school teachers' continuous professional development through a university-school collaborative project, CPPP. Methods. Now sit by my side and listen to me through your body, all senses, as I'm going to tell you before what, how I crafted a story of a teacher educator who works for university school collaboration for university and school teachers continuous professional learning in Nepal. My dear audience, my intent was emancipatory and approach was participatory. I conducted FCDs with teacher leaders, workshops with teachers, self-reflected and with teachers. Adapting autoethnographic research design, contextualizing curriculum, adapting progressive pedagogical approaches, developing a school-based formative assessment model, strengthening teacher-student relationships, and improving SIP. Explore the following 4 findings uncovered through poetic analysis and documented as poetry. Findings. Now, dear audience, I share the 4 ways of continuous professional development. 1. Analyzing curriculums. Teacher 7 said, curriculum, honestly saying, I don't know anything. Please teach us everything. We want to be experts, at least in something. Teacher 8 said, curriculum, no fears. I taught for 25 years. Progressive approaches, where's? Teacher 9 said, we use international curriculums. The national curriculum, lots of problems. But what to do? Students are facing problems in national level examinations. Listening to the reluctant, traditional, and progressive teachers, I realized carefully mapping and critically analyzing curriculums may explore similarities and differences of multiple curricula, read them, and explore context-responsive, I mean to say progressive approaches for implementing curricula. 2. Adapting participatory assessment. Teacher once said, we know we need to have a formative assessment, but not following it. There's nobody to cross-check it. It will go on. Teacher said, we know we need to have a formative assessment, but can't follow it. We want to learn it in detail. How contextual is it? Teacher 3 said, we have been adapting formative assessment long before CDC. We developed rubrics. Look, how can we improve it? Listening to the reluctant, doubtful, and improving teachers, I think participatory assessment. Assessment of self, peer, parent, and teacher may explore authentic assessment rubrics. Of participatory assessment, using cognitive and affective domain for enhancing critical and caring skills and values. 3. Enhancing action research skills. Teacher 4 said, we want to adapt approaches progressive, but parents are aggressive. Another teacher said, we see the problems. They are only our problems. We can solve our problems. Another teacher said, look back, long back, I did research to pass. I never knew I could do research in my class. Listening to the blaming, caring, and inquisitive teachers, I realized planning, action, reflection, observation teaches themselves, explores, and solves their issues as for continuous and sustaining professional development. 4. Improving envisioning practices. A teacher leader said, we have collaborated with the university, now share us the destiny. Another teacher leader said, we have recently decided to move towards progressive education. How can we support teachers for their promotion? Another teacher leader said, how can I prepare a future teacher leader among my teachers? What shall I do so that one or two can lead or take a lead within 5 years? Listening to the informing, reforming, and transforming teacher leaders, I learned participatory approach of improving SIP may engage critical minds and caring hearts of the stakeholders to enhance envisioning skills, knowledge, and practices as for continuous professional development. Final reflections. With the query, how can teachers and teacher educators continuously develop professionally? I began my research journey with the teachers, teacher leaders, and teacher educators through 4 C's as foundation, cooperation and collaboration, co-learning and continuation. Explore the 4 ways of professional development, analyzing curriculum, adopting participatory assessment, enhancing action research skills, improving envisioning practices as for continuous professional development. Concluding, I requested, please reflect and react. So they did. Let me read. Faculty of Psychology, A-levels. Thank you for calling me your teacher. Gratitude fills my heart when I get to nurture your growth. My heart fills with joy when I see you learn step by step. You amaze me with your brilliance. You surprise me with your zeal to learn. My dear students, I love you all. I will give my heart and soul to fill your mind with wisdom, dear students. English faculty. I do always feel every child has a uniqueness. I do always try, bring out that speciality. Sometimes I can, sometimes I fail. Some students try and excel to learn, but some of them try and say their shortcomings. I do feel proud when able to leave my legacy. I do think more for the ones who still struggle to score. I even think some things lacking in the teaching process. So I always look forward. Dear angels, guide me more. English teacher, secondary level. My job as a teacher is to help my students. My task as a teacher is to help them bring out everything creative they have been pushing down. All those they would have been capable of had there been an environment to develop. My job as a teacher is not only to teach the words from the books or the print, but to tell them that life is rich, source of knowledge and tree of wisdom, and to teach them the curriculum and to learn myself as a learner, to accommodate Edison, Einstein, and others, and tell them they belong here ever. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Parbati ma'am, for your wonderful this poem, and then let's say this creation. So you capture several aspects of curriculum, pedagogy, and assessment, and also research tradition. So thank you so much. So I don't think that this session is for the question answer. It's it's more than that. So we all have to rethink on it, and then perhaps we can connect our practices to some of her lines. So if there are any observations or if you have anything, please write in the chat. But I really enjoyed it. So if you have anything to share, you can write in the chat. So otherwise, we can just congratulate and thank to Parbati ma'am, and then we can move ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
listening to
thank you,
me.
Parbati ma'am. Now we have a final keynote. Now I request Jet sir and Regina ma'am